Good morning, everybody. Children, there was a test shared yesterday with you, and I hope you must have all done the answers by now. Okay, so let's do the checking. I can just see the first question, which is asking us to add. Okay, this is the question, the first one, 7.736 plus 4.1. Now, if you do not have any figure here, what do we do first? We're going to add up two zeros here. Okay, so 6 plus 0 gives us 6, 3 plus 0 gives us 3, 7 plus 1 gives us 8, and I have already put a decimal point here because we all know that decimal points come one under the other. Okay, so it's in a straight line. I drew a line also to make it clear. Okay, 7 plus 4 is giving us 11. So hope you have all got the answer. If this is the answer, we're going to mark it right. Moving ahead with the second question, 8 minus 5, simple, 3 is the answer. 0 minus 2, it is not possible because 0 is a smaller figure than 2. So 0 will of course ask the next door neighbor, can you give me a 1? No, they don't have any. So then the next door neighbor will go to another neighbor. All right, and knock knock. And this 5 gives a number to the neighbor. This becomes 4. Of course, it has given one figure here. It has become 4. This has become 10. Now, 10 is generous enough to give 1 to this 0. When it has given a 1, it becomes 9 here. 10 minus 2 is giving us 8. 9 minus 3 gives us 6. And so 4 minus 3 is giving us 1. So the answer is 1.683. You may recheck your answer, so am I. 8 minus 5, 3. 10 minus 2, 8. 9 minus 3, 6. And 4 minus 3 is 1. All right. I'm now moving ahead with the third question here. 9 sevens are 63. I will write down 3 here and my 6 goes up. Children, let me remind you, you will not learn tables and then you will go wrong. Even though you're smart at your maths, but the tables are not memorized well and then it may cause troubles. Okay, so make sure to learn your tables very well. Okay? All right, so 9 sevens are 63, 6 goes up. 9 times 2 gives us 18. 18 plus 6, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so 24. And your 2 goes up here. And then 9 times 4, multiply this. 9 times 4 gives you 36. 36 plus 2, 38. I haven't put the decimal point yet, okay? 38. I will tell you how. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 plus 3, 30. 3 moves up. 9 times 7 is the same, 63 plus 3, 66. Now remember, where will I put the decimal point? How many places do I have after the decimal point here? We have 2 decimal places here. So if we have 2 decimal places, we will, from the right side, we take 2 digits and put a decimal point there. Understood that? All right. Now we have a figure here, 97.74. Very simple. We're going to divide. First, we're going to take 9. Okay. 8 times 1 is 8. So I minus this and I got a 1 here. All right. Understood this much. Then we move on. We'll bring the 7 down. Now 8 times table we have 16, right? So 8 times 2 is giving us 16. It's simple. I'm going to write down 16 here. Again I minus, I'll get 1. But after 7 I can see a decimal point here. I can't bring the decimal point down. It's not the rule. So what will I do? I'll just shift the decimal point up first. Then I will bring the 7 down. 8 times 2 is giving me 16, and I minus this again, I got 1. Then I will bring the 4 here. 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16, 8 threes are 24. I don't think 8 twos are or 8 threes are can be the answer. So I will just choose 8 times 1. 8 times 1 gives me 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 6 is my remainder. Okay. So 6 is my remainder and I got my answer. Remainder is 6. My quotient is 12.21. All right, and so this was done so nicely and so easily. Okay, so again, what do you require here? You need to learn your tables. All right, now comes the interesting part of the paper. Convert the following times into 24 hours clock times. You are given 12-hour time here on the left hand side, and you have to convert the hour time into the 12 hours time into 24 hours time. If it is 4:30 a.m. children, first I would like to clear this, that 4:30 a.m. is what time? It is early in the morning, 4:30 a.m. Okay, so if it is a.m. at the morning time and we are supposed to be converting it into 24 hours, the 4:30 remains as it is because it's the beginning of the day. After 12 midnight, the new day starts from 1 a.m., then goes 2 a.m., then 3 a.m., then 4 a.m. So if it is 4:30 a.m., of course, the answer is 4:30 a.m. But you need to just add up a 0 first, double digit. You need to have 0, 4, and then 30. There's no need to write a.m. or p.m. in 24-hour clock. It's just, what have you to add here? You have only added up a 0 in front of this 0. In front of this 4. Since it is a.m., a.m. is the beginning of the day. The new day has just started. After 12, the new day starts after 12. This was explained to you in the class. When does the new day start? 12 o'clock midnight, when the time is midnight, and it's almost 0 in your 24-hour clock, and 1 a.m. is the beginning of the new day. So this is 4:30 a.m. means in the morning time it's 0430. Since it is morning a.m., so we're going to add up a 0 in front of this number. Moving on to the second question. 5:25 p.m. p.m. is what? When does the p.m. start? After noon. Noon means 12 o'clock in the daytime, when the afternoon starts. When does the p.m. start? After 12 o'clock in the noon. And so the minute you see 12 pass, 1 only, you're going to see p.m. 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and so on and so forth till midnight. The new day starts, and then it goes on again to a.m. Since we have p.m. here, it's the evening time. p.m. is telling us that this is not the morning time. p.m. is the evening time. When the sun is up after 12 o'clock, it's a sunny weather and it's the mid of the day. Okay, and when the mid of the day is there after 1 and then 2 and 3 and so on, we will see p.m. only. So if it is 5:25, what do we have to do when it is p.m.? You will add up a 12 with your 5. If this is your 5, you will add up a 12. When you see p.m., the simple thing is, when you see p.m., you add up 12 to the first digit. 12 plus 5 is giving us 17. And what's the minute here? 25. 17:25. Why? Because it's the evening time, 5:25, which is after noon time. Okay, after noon p.m. starts. So we will add up 12. Okay, now moving on to the third question. 7:15 a.m. Again, a.m. is the beginning of the day. Okay, you people are getting ready for your school. Early morning, 7:15 a.m. 7 hours have just gone, okay, of the new day. So 7:15 a.m. is the daytime, the morning time, early morning time, a.m. Your new day has started, okay? So you just have to do nothing. Copy, just write a 0 here, 7 here, and then 15 here. Don't have to write AM or PM. You have noticed in AM, I have written a 0 ahead of these numbers. Did you notice? But in PM, you will be adding up a 12. Always add up the 12. Children, if you remember, I asked you to make a clock. You all got the clock done from your home, okay? Thanks to all the mothers who really helped me with this handwork. And thanks to you, to the children as well, that you have worked so hard on it. But what was the purpose of making that the 12-hour and 24-hour clock? The purpose was to understand the 12-hour numbers, and along with the 12 hours, you also wrote the 24 hours figures too. This was very easier for every one of us to understand how to add up the 12. Okay, so I have just got 1 p.m. this question on 1 p.m. here, so I have added up 12 to the hours here. Okay, let's move on to the next. All right, children, represent 7 upon 100 as a decimal. Very simple. What have you to do here? You have to just put a decimal point first here. Okay. Before the decimal point, you have ones and tens, hundreds and thousands, and the numbers are like this. But after the decimal point, you have the first figure is your 10th, and the second one is your 100th, and the third one is your 1000th. Since I have only asked you to write the figure as a decimal, 7 upon 100, I have 100 here. So what will be my answer? I do not have a whole number on the side, so I'm going to just write a 0 here, 0.0. There's no 10th, but I have 100 standing on the 7, a 7 standing on the 100th. 7 will be standing in the 100th place. 0.07 is the answer. So the answer is 0.07. Circle the greatest number. Which number do you think is the greatest of all? If I convert 0.2 as a fraction, I get 2 upon 10. And if I write this number as a fraction, I get 2 upon 1000. And if I write 55 upon 100, 0.55, I get 55 upon 100. Or just assess yourself. Just think that which number do you think is the biggest of all here? 55. And 55 upon 100 is the biggest of all. Why? Because in case if you are given a 2 upon 1000 in the test, let's think, if you get 2 upon 1000 in the test, it's going to be so less. If you get 2 upon 10 in the test, it means you got 20 upon 100, isn't it? If I just convert this into 100, 2 tens are 20 upon 100. 20 upon 100, and 2 upon 1000 is of course the least of all. It's the smallest figure here. And 55 upon 100 is the biggest of all. Why? Because it's standing on 100 with such a big score. So I'm going to underline, or I'm going to circle the 0.55 here. 55 upon 100 is the biggest number here. Which number do you think is smaller? First, you will check for the whole numbers. Both the whole numbers are the same. So it is not so easy for us to assess. Both are equal, 13 and 13. But when you see 3 here and a 0 here, which figure, which 10th do you think is smaller? Of course, this one. This has a bigger figure. 3 is bigger. 3/10 is bigger than 0/10. So smaller one is this. So I'm going to circle this one. Alright. Let's move on to express each fraction as a decimal. Now when you want to convert this number to a decimal, first of all, what will you do with the denominator here? Your denominator is a 50. Either convert your denominator into a 10, 100 or 1,000. I want you all to convert this 50 either into a 10, 100 or 1,000. But what do you think is easier? 100 can be easily made with this 50. How? 50 times 2 gives us 100. Put a line here. I do the same I multiply 2 here as well. I bring the same figure here. Multiply 2. 35 into 2. Double 35, you get 70 upon 100. So when you are asked to convert this as a decimal, it is so simple. Put an equal sign. Is there any whole number here? No, there isn't. So you're going to write down a 0 instead of a whole number. Point. It's standing on 100, so it's 70. 70. 0.70 is the answer when you're converting this fraction into a decimal. Alright, let's focus on this figure. 4 is a whole number. 25 needs to be converted into 100. Why? Because I can easily convert 25 into 100. Children, if you remember, we have done this in class. 25 times table. I always tell you to learn 20 times and 25 times table very well. Okay, so anyways, let's move on. 4 is there, so I'm going to write down 4 here as my whole number, and I will change 25 into 100 by multiplying 25 by 4. 25 fours are 100, and the same 4 goes up. 6 fours are 24. 4 whole 24 upon 100. What do you think should I write as a decimal? I have a whole number, so I will write 4 here. 0.24 is the answer. Children, these questions are very, very important for your exams. So you need a lot of practice here. Do a lot of practice and inshallah, you will not go wrong. Okay, let's move on to the last question. Question number 10, LCM. Always remember the first 5 prime numbers. What are the first 5 prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. Okay, I will just write these prime numbers in this bubble there. Okay, let's start with this prime, the LCM question. I take the least number, that is the 2. 2 times 7 gives me 14, put a comma. 2 times 12 gives me 24. Again I take 2, bring the 7 down. 2 times 6, 12. Again I bring 7 because I can see the even numbers still. So I am dividing them by 7. 7, 2 times 3, 6. Now I do not see any number which can be divided by 2. So I will move on to the second prime number, 3. 3. I'll bring down the 7, 3 ones are 3, and then I'm left with the last prime number, 7, 11 ones are 7, and then this. So how many 2's do I see here? 2, multiply by 2, multiply by 2, multiply by 3, and multiply it by 7. Okay? You have to be very, very careful when you multiply the figures here. 2 2's are 4, 4 2's are 8, 8 3's are 24. But 24 7's are. I think it's a bigger figure. So I will do my rough working here to know whether I'm doing it right or wrong. 24 7's are. 7 4's are 28. 2 goes up. 7 2's are 14, 15, 16. 168 is my LCM. LCM equals 168 is going to be my answer here. Children, we have come to the second question now. Part 1. 4 whole 3 upon 5. minus 1 whole 4 upon 7. Alright children, since we have two different denominators, so what have we to do here? We have to find out the LCM. We have to find out the LCM of which numbers? Of the denominators, 5 and 7. Okay, now you all remember your first 5 prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. So I do not have 3, I do not have 2 here, I take 5 here. 5 ones are 5. I will bring down the 7 here, and then 7 ones are 7. What do you think the LCM of this question is? 35. 5 sevens are 35. Okay, since we have a subtraction sum here, so first we go to minus the whole numbers. 4 minus 1, 3. My LCM is 35. 5 ones are 35. 5 sevens are 35. So I'll bring the 7 up here. 3 sevens are 21 minus 7 fives are 35, and so 4 fives are 20. What do you think the answer should be? 3 whole 21 minus 20, 1 upon 35 is my answer. It is so simple children, it was so simple. You only need to practice your LCM along with this, and also remember to learn your tables well. You don't know your tables, you are in trouble there. Anyways, moving on to the next part, we have again two different denominators. What do we do when we have two different denominators? We find the LCM. Alright, take the least number. The least prime number is 2. 2 5s are 10, and 5 drag it down. By 1s are 5, by 1s are 5. So 2 times 5 is giving us 10. 10 is our LCM. So what do we do now? Since it's an addition sum, first we're going to add up the whole numbers. 3 plus 2 is 5. 10 is our LCM. 10 times 1 is 10. 6 times 1 gives me 6. Plus sign. 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 2 is 8. So when you add up the figures, 8 plus 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 upon 10. 5 whole 14 upon 10 is my answer. Alright, your answer is right. But do you think, can it be simplified further? Yes, it can be simplified further. How? Both these numbers, 14 and 10, they are coming in which times table? 2 times table. So 2 times 7, 14, and 2 times 5 is 10. 5 whole 7 upon 5. It is the answer. But do you think, are you not getting an improper fraction here? 7 upon 5. So what will you do? You will convert this 7 upon 5 by dividing it. Right? 7 in, 5 out. By 1s are 5. 2 is the remainder. Okay? So you're going to write down 5 comes down. Your quotient becomes your whole number. 5 1s are 5. Remainder is 2. 2 comes here. 5 1s are 5 plus 2, 7. Are you not getting 7 upon 5? Yes. But what do you think the final answer should be? This whole number plus this whole number is giving us 6. 6 whole 2 upon 5 is the answer. 6 whole 2 upon 5 is the answer. Let's move on to the last part. And what do you have to do here in the last question? Find the area of the given figure. It is so simple, children. Area of rectangle equals length multiplied by breadth. What is the length and breadth? You can make anything your length or breadth as long as you multiply both the figures correctly. 8 times 4 is 32. So the answer is 32, but don't forget to write centimeter square. Clear? Last question is, find the size of the unknown marked angle. Children, you can see this figure. Can you see this figure? I'm going to just make it a little darker for you all to understand. What do you think this angle is called? It's a right angle, and a right angle is equal to how many degrees? A right angle is 90 degrees. So they have given us, they have made a line in the middle. This right angle, if I draw an angle for you here, if I make a right angle, it is 90 degrees. Everybody knows that. But if I draw a line somewhere here, let's suppose. So what do you think? This is 42 degrees. So what is the remaining one? So simple. You just have to minus this. 90 degree is basically was the right angle that you were given here. The right angle was given here. And you were given 42 degrees here. So when you minus these two figures, what do you get? Borrow. 10 minus 2, 8. 8 minus 4, 4. 48 degrees. So Q, R, and S. You have to find out about this unknown figure. This is 48 degrees. So when you want to just check whether you're doing it wrong or whether you may be right, you will simply have to just do what? Take 42 and your answer 48. Add them up together. 8 plus 2, 10. 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 90. So, isn't it 90 degrees? So, you might get a question like this. So, it's very simple. We'll be doing more practice in class, and I shall be sharing some more worksheets along with the class we've given. So, bye for now and have a good day.